What if I told you that beginner cash physical therapists are filling their schedules faster than ever before using organic short form video on social media platforms without using fancy equipment, any complicated funnels, or following up with leads that clearly don't want to talk with you? In 2025, social media marketing is basically on easy mode compared to what it is you had to do to win in the past, but only if you understand these 6 game-changing trends. If you miss any of these, you're going to continue to struggle to gain attention or momentum with your social media strategies, but if you master them, you're going to have patients not only booking themselves on your calendar, but showing up already convinced they want to work with you. Inside of this video, I'm going to show you how you can produce patient-getting content in half the time that it used to take you, as well as show you what's working today that's making it easier than ever before for cash physical therapists to blow up their brands on social media. And if you stick around until the end, I'm going to show you how to supercharge your entire content strategy leveraging AI. Now, if you get value out of this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more content around what's working today to grow and scale your cash physical therapy practice. Let's dive in. Now, a year ago, my content was getting nothing but crickets online, barely any views, no engagement, and my calendar was basically a ghost town. I thought maybe organic social media content just doesn't work in the physical therapy market. But rather than giving up, I became absolutely obsessed with studying the top content creators and figuring out what it is that they were doing to book patients and get more calls, and I stumbled across these 6 absolute game-changing trends. Since then, I started implementing everything that I've learned, and my content has literally gone straight up across every single platform. Bookings came in from people that I'd never met before, and here's the wild part. They weren't just leads. They were ready to buy prospects who already trusted me before we even had a conversation. No awkward sales calls, no price objections, just genuine connections with grateful fans of my content. Okay, this leads me into trend number 1, the rise of short form content and the era of authenticity based marketing. Okay, we've entered into a new era of social media marketing. Okay, you used to be able to just run a simple voucher ad and it would be like fishing with dynamite. Just drop an ad and boom, leads literally everywhere. Okay, that strategy is dying fast. With skepticism at an all-time high, information is literally everywhere. There's more competition than ever before, and people simply do not trust you, making it harder and harder to get a hold of any leads that we do generate. Okay, welcome to the trust recession. Consumers are hit with more than 7,000 ads each and every day. Okay, they don't buy because they just see a flashy ad anymore. They buy when they know, like, and trust a brand. Okay, they're sick of going into sales completely blind, not knowing whether or not they like you or what the experience is going to look like or even the result that they can actually expect through your unique process. Okay, short form videos on Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, TikToks are literally like mini workshops that build trust for your brand literally 24/7. Only we don't have to worry about attendance because the algorithms are pushing our content to the people that it's most relevant for. So they educate, they provide value to help prospects solve their real problems and help them reach their goals. And it pre-sells your prospects on your services before you ever get on a call. Okay, think about it. When was the last time that you booked something and bought immediately after seeing an ad? Exactly. More than likely, you watched a video, saw an ad, decided to opt in out of curiosity, but didn't book a call, saw more content, then checked out their website, then checked out the reviews, watched another video, got retargeted by another ad, and then, and only then, after you thoroughly convinced yourself that you know, like, and trust this brand, were you willing to get on a phone call. And that's exactly what your prospective patients are probably doing to you right now. Okay, but are they finding the belief shifting, value building, and trust fostering content that they're actually looking for? Probably not if you're like most cash physical therapy practices. Today, without short form content, you don't have a brand, and prospects will always grill you on what makes you different. Okay, contrast that with someone like Alex Hormozi. Do you think his prospects are contacting him asking, well, what makes you different than the other guys? Definitely not. Okay, they consume his content, they trust his brand, and they know they want to work with him before they even get on the call. In short, more content equals more belief equals more trust, and more trust equals more sales. But creating content is easier than it's ever been. Now, the trust recession might be changing marketing, but it is also making content creation easier than it's ever been, leading to the next trend. Okay, high production film crews and fancy edited videos, the thing that kept most practice owners from even getting started with content, all that stuff, it's dead in 2025. The flashy video edits, the flash bands, the rapid cuts, the wild transition, all of this stuff is just noise and people are sick of it. Okay, instead, we're seeing much more casual content perform way better, especially on Instagram and YouTube. So editing shouldn't be a barrier to starting to produce content on a consistent basis for your practice. Consumers are genuinely sick of overly edited and perfect videos. They've been tricked by all of that stuff before, and now they just want genuine, authentic value that helps them solve real problems. Today, your prospective patients just want genuine, valuable, imperfect content that helps them reach their goals while getting to know the people that are actually behind the brand. In fact, the messier and less polished, the better, thanks to the one shoe effect. Okay, humans are wired to look for imperfections because that's what makes people relatable. When someone seems too perfect, we can't help but wonder, well, what are they hiding? It just feels ingenuine. So a fascinating study was conducted on this phenomenon in department stores that were using demonstration style showcases to try to sell more of their kitchen appliances. They discovered that when the demonstrator made mistakes like spilling a smoothie while they're demonstrating a new blender they're selling, that actually skyrocketed their sales compared to when the demonstration went perfectly smooth. This means that creators are positioned to win in a really big way because of the very mistakes and the imperfections that they're so afraid of making in their content. In other words, imperfections make you relatable, and relatability is what is selling today. Now, if the most important thing is prospects actually getting value from our content, this leads into the next trend, which is niche is absolutely king. Now, success on social media used to mean creating hundreds of general pieces of content because general content got more views meant more clicks, and more clicks meant more sales, but not in 2025. In 2025, niche is absolutely king. The more specific your message, the more it actually resonates with your people. So instead of focusing on videos that are like how to fix knee pain, try why runners over 40 get nagging knee pain and how to fix it. The algorithm loves relevance. When your videos hit the right nerve, they spread like wildfire to the exact people that you want to reach, thanks to this new algorithm that uses audience match. Okay, this new addition to the algorithm is awarding brands in ways that social media has never done before for small businesses. That's allowing cash physical therapists to literally reach millions of non-followers to grow their following. Whereas before, your content was only shown to people who already follow your brand, making a massive bottleneck that stopped a lot of people from even getting started with content marketing. But here's how this whole thing works. Okay, now social media platforms like TikTok and Instagram, they try to show your videos to the same people that engaged with your last video. So the more relevant each video is, the more your reach is going to have a multiplier effect. So the more videos you make on runners, the more people it's going to show that video to where it's more relevant. And so it's going to have more and more and more people to continue to show that video to. So if you're making a bunch of random videos, like one for runners and the next one's for CrossFitters, the next one's for new moms, your audience match hit rate is going to be really, really low. It's not going to have a lot of relevance. It's going to be showing your CrossFit videos to your runners and your new mom videos to your CrossFitters. And so we aren't going to gain any momentum when we have this kind of random general approach. The top physical therapy content creators, on the other hand, are batching their content for very specific niche audiences so that every single video has a really high relevance and a high audience match hit rate. And Instagram is awarding them by showing their content to more and more people with similar interests, generating not just views, but views from their perfect dream patients. This means that you don't need a massive following to win big on social media anymore. You just need the right following, and you do that by focusing on batching your content for very specific patient populations. Now, once you find a winning avatar, maybe you start with creating 10 videos for runners, then the next videos are for CrossFitters with shoulder pain, and the next one are for new moms. Once you find which one of those pockets of your patient populations performs the best on social media, well, now you triple down on creating more of that content and watch your following and your bookings grow. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, but Jordan, I run a local business. I don't need to reach millions of people across the world. How do I focus my content strategy so I'm only reaching my local market? Now, you're right. Unless you want to launch online products at some point, reaching millions of people is probably unnecessary. But it does give us a tremendous amount of data on what people like and what's ultimately going to lead to more bookings. This is where trend number 4 comes in. Okay, paid ads are the cheat code to becoming the most prominent physical therapist in your local area. Rather than needing to post 2 to 3 times a day and produce hundreds of videos, which is really what's required to be successful with organic content marketing alone, using paid ads, you just need to post 1 to 2 videos a week until you find the ones that perform the best on a global scale. Once you know which ones work the best and the market has voted invested with their time and with their attention, then we put 10% of our advertising budget behind those videos with laser targeted precision to show our best content to our dream clients only in our local area. Imagine every single ideal client in your city seeing your face, building value and building trust every single week. Okay, by the time they actually book with you, it's no longer a sales call, it's an onboarding call. For example, take a look at one of our clients, Dr. Charlie.
From Vidor, Texas. I don't know exactly where, and it's near Beaumont. He hasn't been able to smell for how long?
Since August of 2001.
Okay.
2021.
21. Okay. We're going to test him. We just adjusted him. Was it a little uncomfortable?
Wasn't too bad.
Okay. Tell me what you can smell.
Your 5-month whole body college.
Peppermint.
Good job. All right, let's do the other hand. Okay, tell me what you smell.
Citrus.
Amen. That's a lemon. Would you have been able to smell that before?
Probably not that.
Yeah, we have twice.
It'd have been the chemical.
Okay, he was struggling to get his Facebook ads to be profitable. They started off really, really hot, but then as soon as he made a hire, suddenly he couldn't get a hold of any of his leads. We started helping him produce content. We found which pieces of content worked the best for his area, and then we spent $10 a day promoting that content. Then we just retargeted the prospects that watched his videos with a super specific $47 voucher that resonated with the problems and the pain points of the videos that people were actually watching. The results of that was his new grad PT with no sales experience closing more than $20,000 in cash packages in her very first month. Okay, his content did all of the heavy lifting for them. So if you're getting a lot of price objections or finding that you need to try and prove your value to each and every prospect that comes in, it's because your marketing isn't actually doing its job. So what is the job of marketing? Think of it like golf. Okay, marketing is your driver and sales is your putter. The job of the driver in golf is to get the ball as close to the hole as humanly possible for a really easy putt, right? So if your leads aren't answering the phone or pushing back on your prices, it's because your marketing isn't doing a good enough job of setting up the sale. Okay, marketing's job and its only job is to make sales easy or completely unnecessary. When you produce short form content and promote your best stuff using paid ads, it does all of the selling for you. So by the time leads opt in, they're fully bought into working with you, whether you take their insurance or not, because they already know, like, and trust you. Now, if you're still watching this video, you probably understand that short form content is the future of online marketing, but you're extremely busy and you probably don't know if you have time to figure out what pieces of content to make. How do I script this stuff out? What do I write hooks? How do I get this stuff edited? Where do I publish it? When do I publish it? All that stuff, right? Well, today it is faster and easier than it has ever been before to not just come up with ideas, but have all of those ideas written and scripted for you. Thanks to AI, all you have to do is literally hit the record button and read a script. Now, our next trend is leveraging AI to supercharge our content marketing. Have you ever looked at some practices, online profiles and Instagram accounts and just wonder how the heck do they have time to produce so much content? Don't they have a business to run? Don't they have families? Yes, they absolutely do. Okay, they're just leveraging AI to save them massive amounts of time and headache in the content creation process. AI tools like ChatGPT can pump out dozens of viral hooks and scripts and write all of your content ideas and your entire content plans in minutes. All you have to do is describe your ideal patient, hit enter, and boom, your next month's content plan is completely ready to go. Now, I've produced thousands of pieces of content for my own brand and helped my clients script out countless videos, and by using literally thousands of data points, my company Clinical Marketer has built several AI tools specifically for cash physical therapists to make patient getting content easier than it has ever been before. Just plug in your info, get the scripts, then hit record. Okay, there are two primary tools that we've developed to make this fast and easy for you. The first tool is the Cash Practice Copy Blueprint. Now, the first tool is called the Cash Practice Copy Blueprint. This AI will conduct a thorough market research on your dream patients to identify their first and secondary goals, their fears, their pain points, as well as their false beliefs, alternative solutions, and everything that you need to know to create actionable, valuable, and compelling content that's going to convert your views into actual patients. Here's how it works. What I'll do is I will use a prompt to tell it exactly what kind of business I run and who it is that I want to start creating content for. So I'll just use a template like this. Okay, so I'm a cash physical therapy practice owner specializing in helping runners who are dealing with hip, knee, and ankle pain achieve returning to running competitively, pain-free, without painkillers, injections, surgery or taking long breaks through manual therapy, performance training, and dry needling techniques. Okay, so the more information that you're able to feed this AI, the better report it's going to produce. But we've designed it in such a way that you don't really need to give it a ton of information for it to create really good blueprint reports. Now, what we're going to do is create this blueprint, because once we have all of the details for our avatar, we're going to know exactly what types of content to create. Let's see what it makes. Excellent. Now, as you can see, this report not only gave us ideas for what our content pillars should be, cover all the most frequently asked questions of our ideal avatar, but it also gave us ideas around the unique mechanism and offer names that we could be using to make ourselves stand out from the competition in our local area. It's going to break down all of their expensive alternatives, their most common objections, their mistaken beliefs, false solutions, and every single thing that we need to know about in order to create really convincing and powerful content that's going to get people to actually want to work with us. Now, once this report is done, all we have to do is copy this entire thing and go over to our next tool, which is our Cash Physical Therapy Short Form Content Assistant. Okay, so I'll go over here. Then with our Short Form Content Assistant, all I have to do, let's say, write me 10 viral content ideas based on this avatar blueprint. And I'll just paste that in. Now it's going to come up with all the hooks, the ideas for the content, prompts that are going to help you get ideas on what you should actually be showing visually within each piece of content. And then it's going to take off all of the creative burden of coming up with content ideas. Now you just have to choose the ones that resonate with you the most, and then we can ask it to actually script out each and every video. Okay, so now it's created us 10 different content ideas that we can go with, that is including a hook and main body content, as well as a call to action that we can use to help get the juices flowing much faster. Now, these video content ideas, they're really just ideas. This is meant to get you 80% of the way there. Typically, I'll find a couple of videos that'll give me good ideas around videos that I want to create, and then I just tweak a few things. Maybe I'll change the hook a little bit, and then usually I'll spend most of my time putting my own expertise, my own experiences in the main body content, just because the AI is incredibly powerful, but it doesn't have your unique background and context to be able to make content that really aligns with you and your brand. So usually this will get me 80% of the way there, then I'll just make a few tweaks. But let's say this one, rest isn't the answer for your running injury. Here's why. Okay, I really like this hook. Let's have it script this out for me. Write me a script for content idea number 1. Okay, I'm just going to give us ideas for what the scene will actually look like. You can kind of take it or leave those. Rest isn't the answer to your running injury. Here's why. Okay, if you're dealing with hip, knee, or ankle pain, resting might feel like a safe choice. But here's the problem. Rest doesn't fix the root cause of your pain. It just hits the pause on the problem. Okay, so you can see that this takes most of the heavy lifting off of your plate. And you can do this over and over and over again. You can have this produce more than 100 different viral content ideas. Maybe you like 50% of those videos. You can have it write 50 different scripts for you. And then all you have to do is block off a couple hours once a month or once a week. And you can record every single one of these videos, where now you have content that can go out every single day for the next month, all from just one day of recording. Now this leads me to our last and final trend, selling without selling. Here's the real secret to Cash Physical Therapy success. Stop trying so hard to make sales. Okay, the secret to scaling your practice to $10,000, $50,000, or even $100,000 a month isn't more sales scripts and tactics. It's better marketing. The best content doesn't sell. It educates, provides value, and inspires people to take action. When you teach someone how to solve their problem, guess who they're going to trust when they need more accountability and structure? You. Content is like a 24/7 salesperson, but instead of cold pitches, it's a warm handshake between your brand and the prospective patient that needs a little bit more assistance to get to where they're trying to go. So being great at sales is completely useless unless you have a steady flow of leads. That's why marketing is way more important than sales, because great marketing, on the other hand, makes sales completely unnecessary because prospects show up already being sold. So rather than focusing on relentless sales tactics and more strategies and more scripts, focus on creating better and better marketing, because that makes sales completely completely unnecessary. Now, short form content is the greatest opportunity cash physical therapists have seen since direct access. Those who have already started implementing short form content as a part of their overall marketing strategy are riding a once in a generational wave, positioning them as the best and most prominent physical therapist in their local area. So don't wait. Right now, very few physical therapy clinics are leveraging this strategy, and there's literally no competition in your area. Pull up your phone right now, go to Instagram, go to search, type in physical therapy in your local area, and then filter by reels. Maybe there's one person that's released a few reels, but it is ultimately a completely blue ocean. If you start right now, you can dominate that entire local niche. Okay, in fact, the future is short form marketing. In fact, 72% of Gen Z and below prefer searching for services on Instagram and TikTok over Google, which is crazy. And older generations are already starting to follow suit, because that's how it always follows. Younger generations set the trends, then older generations eventually follow. So your brand's relevance will be determined by the size and the quality of your short form content library. And this is giving new cash practices a huge advantage over the practices that have been around for decades that might be really search engine optimized, but now completely are irrelevant in the world of online search. So your brand's relevance will be determined by the size and the quality of your short form content library. And this is giving new cash practices a massive advantage over practices that may have been around for decades that might be really well optimized for search engine optimization, but they're completely irrelevant in terms of social media marketing, which is where the vast majority of consumers are now looking for services. Okay, let me give you a quick example. Take a look at this collegiate athlete. Let's call him Kyle. Okay, he just injured his elbow. Okay, Kyle isn't going to Google and typing in baseball physical therapy near me. What he's doing is he's going to Instagram or going to TikTok and typing in pitching arm rehab exercises or baseball physical therapy in city name, where he's able to get a curated playlist of content that not only helps him solve his problem, but educates him on how it happened, how to prevent it in the future, and gives him a feel for the brands that he's potentially going to be working with. This is an incredibly blue ocean, meaning there's almost no competition in physical therapy for creating local search on social media. Go on your Instagram and actually check this out. There's probably no competition. And now the alternative is what people have been doing for decades, which is going to Google and typing in the same thing, where there's completely no valuable information. It's completely ambiguous. In order to find out who it is that you want to work with, you have to go off of really vague websites that all kind of sound the same and hope you choose the right one. Right now, Google, for the very first time, their market share has dropped below 90% for the first time ever in history, because consumers are starting to realize that this is a much, much better buying experience where they know who it is they're going to be working with, they know what they can expect, and they know they already like and trust the brand. And so this is the future of social media marketing. Okay, you see the difference? So start building your content library today and see massive results both now and in the future. Now, if you're tired of posting and nobody interacting and engaging with your content, and it feels like you're just flushing everything out into the void, or wondering why your calendar is still not full, start with just one of these trends this week and watch what happens. Now, if this video has helped you in any way, make sure you hit the like and the subscribe button. I'll be breaking down in the future more scripts, more strategies that are working right now to help cash physical therapists dominate in 2025. Don't miss out. Now, if you enjoyed this and want to learn how our cash practice is selling 1 to 2 cash packages each and every day without getting objections like you're too expensive or I want to use my insurance, check out this next video.